Hello. Thanks for joining. I haven't done a live in a while, and I feel the inspiration to do one around when love is the foundation of your business or your mission in your business and everything that you do in your business, of course, and in your life as well. It's amazing. But this video is specifically for people who own businesses, who are starting something. So any founders, if you're an executive or a leader in a business, I think this could, if it resonates for you, I'd love for you to stick around. And I'm going to share some examples actually of companies that I love and that give me the feeling of love and being loved when I engage with these businesses, and they're also like wicked successful. So let's just take a look at when love is the foundation of your business, what that looks like. So the opposite, not the opposite, but something when love isn't the foundation of your business, you absolutely feel it, right? It's hard, it's a struggle, you're pushing, you're forcing something. It just doesn't, like feel you from the inside. So to me, why would you ever do anything if there wasn't love as the foundation? So that means just loving, as simple as loving what you do, right? Loving the why, the reason why you're doing what you're doing, right? Why this is like the business's mission or calling. So why would you do it if you don't love it? It will turn out to most likely be pretty miserable, or at the very least, have fleeting moments of happiness or fleeting moments of fulfillment, versus when you're coming from that rich, deep place of connection, which is one piece of love, right? So loving what you do, loving the people you're serving in your business, loving them. Like not just, oh, I have to do this for this person, or, whatever their issue or problem is that you're solving, or whatever you're providing for them. Do you love them? Do you love them? Because they feel it. They can feel it, whether or not you know it. Like the energy that you're putting out in your business it is palpable, right? It's very, very apparent to people. I mean, you can ask yourself, when you've interacted with a business that did not feel good, and and maybe it was just one time, or maybe it was consistently you interacted with this business and it didn't feel good. Hi, Vera. And you could sense that underneath, and again, maybe you didn't, at the time you weren't thinking, oh, this business isn't operating from love, of course not, but you just sensed, oh yeah, I don't really want to, I'm done with that, I'm done with that business. It doesn't really light me up. If you're not lit up about your business, if you're not coming from that place, that rich, deep place of love, then your customers and your clients, they know it and they feel it. And so you're here to serve them, right? That's what you're doing. So why not love them, like with your whole heart? And so it's loving what you're doing, loving who you're serving, and loving the people that you're working with, right? If you look around and like your team members or your employees or just your coworkers, like, if you are the one that has any responsibility in hiring people or who's around you, right? I invite you to take a look at that, and who do you really, it doesn't mean you have to like everybody, you have to just, but that would be nice too, right? But really just coming from this place of, I want the best for them, I want the best for them, I want the best for this company. So I'm going to take you through a couple of examples, and these are all companies I have had personal experience with, where I can sense that this company loves what they do, and they're coming from a super, super intentional place, right? What they do, and and it's in every action. And so these are companies, when I've interacted with them, it's not just once that I have a good experience. It's consistent. It's always, and it's always the same. And I always want to go back because of that. So Airbnb is one of the first companies. I used to be an Airbnb host. So I used to host people in my home with Airbnb, and through that, and also having used Airbnb, and when I've traveled, it's always been a great experience, whether dealing with the hosts or with Airbnb themselves, their website. Every experience that I have with them is like, it feels light, it feels good, it feels easy. And I looked up their mission, and it says, yeah, most people know we're like a company that, that provides rental space, but it's not just that. That's not what they're providing. For them, they are providing a home. And that's what they say. They said, we're about home, and they're about belonging. And their mission is that you can belong anywhere. And I feel that when I use Airbnb, I'm like, yes, totally. They're like nailing it. They're nailing their mission. And of course, for me, I'm like, ooh, I want to go. And since this is what I love to do with companies and businesses, I want to ask them questions like, why is that so important for you? Why does that excite you and light you up for people to belong? Because we can filter and get even deeper and more focused into a mission. And the more focused and the more narrowed in you are, the more you can filter every decision, everything you do through that place. And the more everything flows, right? So Airbnb, obviously ridiculously successful, and I feel the love there. I just do. Apple, I love Apple products, and I know there's a lot of different thoughts around, what they're doing. There's been a lot of change in their leadership, but and I'm looking at my paper because I wrote down their mission, and Tim Cook, the CEO, he said, they create products that change lives and help shape the future. And I don't know if that's their mission statement, but like creating of course they change lives. Of course they make lives better. And I feel that when I use their products, I feel just that sense of their mission that's being fulfilled. And you see, like, it's the most successful company, it's the most successful company in their field. And that's why, because everybody's like, oh my God, Apple's amazing, and it's subconscious too, right? It's subconscious, but it's with their marketing, their messaging. But I truly feel that there is heart in their business. I feel that. And I'm sure there's a lot of other stuff going on too, but the root does feel like heart to me. I recently flew on Delta, and I've flown Delta many times in my life, right? But this time I was like, oh my God, Delta, what is happening? Like, from beginning to end, it was an amazing experience, and the flight attendants were like extra attentive and warm or something, and they just offered a lot more. It seems like they offered a lot more in their flights as well. And their mission is bettering standards of living and the environment where we and our customers live and work. So this isn't just about providing great service when you're flying, right? That's deeper. And of course, I want to go deeper with them. I want to be like, okay, why do you want to make environments better where people live and work? Because there's a deeper mission there, but they're clearly fulfilling their mission. Lyft. So there's Lyft and Uber, right? And I've used both services. And there was always something about Lyft that, I don't know, it just felt nicer to me, or better, or warmer, or something. And I looked at their mission, and it's reconnect people through transportation and bring communities together. To me, that's full of love, that's full of heart, that's full of, like, actually, it's reconnect people, right? It's reconnect people. It's not like get them from A to B. It's to connect them. And I looked at the statistics for Lyft, and something like 80%, 85% of their contractors, Lyft drivers, feel that the mission is what keeps them working for Lyft versus another, competitor. Starbucks, say what you will about Starbucks, but every time you go to a Starbucks, every single time, at least for me, it's everybody's friendly. I always have a great experience. It's always, pretty fast, and they always, of course, it's the same every time, right? Your drink is the same every time. I know it's a big corporation, but if you look at their mission, is to inspire and nurture the human spirit. Like, wow, it's not like serve people good coffee, right? It's, yes, Jan, right? It's like to inspire and nurture the human spirit. Like, how beautiful is that as their mission? Again, we can go deeper with that, and I would love to go deeper with them on their mission. And every employee, every CEO, every of these companies can focus and in on that mission when they're like confused about this decision or that decision, whether it's big or small, whether it's to use this computer software or whatever it is. Should we build or should we have a new store here? It's like they can filter through that mission. Does this inspire and nurture the human spirit? Do I feel inspired and nurtured right now? Because I'm people too. I am also, I have a human spirit. Am I inspired and nurtured? And so I cannot just impart enough like how important this is. And people think, oh, in business, a lot of the business world, the traditional business world is like, oh, love and business, like that. No, we have like strategies and we have numbers and we have the bottom line and all of that. And it is shifting, right, with the new like tech companies and social responsibility and all of that. And I love it. It's great. But we have a little ways to go, right? We can fully, fully, fully come from our heart. We can fully come from love and be wildly successful at the same time. Two more. So Virgin. If you've flown Virgin or had any experience or engagement with Virgin Airlines, it's amazing. They're great. Their flight attendants is everybody. Like, I remember once I was sitting by the bathroom, often coming and going when you're on an airplane from the bathroom, and the stewardess or the flight attendant was like, oh, I'm so sorry, that there was a line, and here, let me just buy you a free movie. And she just swiped her little card, and it's just little things like that. And their mission is to embrace the human spirit and let it fly. What? So amazing to embrace the human spirit and let it fly. Like, that's, yes, I felt that. I felt like, I felt really cared for. I felt really embraced. And the last one I'll talk about is Zappos. I had only one experience with Zappos, but I've heard so much about them. And that's a online clothing company, and I don't know what else they may sell other stuff too. It is their mission is the wow philosophy, to provide the best customer service possible. And I totally, in the one experience I had with them, they like went so above and beyond, like returning a dress and then sending another one back and refunding all my money for it, like no questions asked. There was no like, doubt or whatever. They just like totally wowed me, completely wowed me. So yeah, those are just a few examples of companies that are super successful that I felt loved. I felt loved when I engaged with them. And they, it's not like they're doing it. Well, I don't know why they're doing it. Of course, we don't know, behind the scenes what's going on, but it doesn't feel like, like their mission is just the bottom line. It feels so much richer than that. And so I just want to inspire you and connect you to the mission, the true mission of your business that comes from your heart. And I love doing this with businesses, with business owners, with executives, with founders, if you're just starting out, because this foundation, literally everything in your company builds from this place. It is the nucleus, if you will. It is what everything gets filtered through. And it doesn't mean we can't have some structure to that, right? To align, but we're aligning to the heart. We're aligning to the heart. We're not aligning to the head and statistics and data. Not that we can't use that if it feels good, if it feels aligned, but that's not where we're coming from. We're coming from a totally different place. So this is how I am operating my businesses and how I am helping others to truly like transform not just their businesses, but their lives too. So if I'm working with, say, like an executive or a leader, then we start with them. What is your calling? What is your purpose here? Why are you here on earth? What are you here to do? What fills you up? What lights your heart up? What lights up your life? What do you want to do what do you want to offer more than anything else in the world, right? To every human being, to all of humanity. And then we go from there. And then you can live that calling through the mission. Jan, I love it. Yay. You can live that through your business. Your business is an expression of why you exist, right? And it exists for a reason too. So if you're curious to find out what that is, then please, don't hesitate to connect with me. Just send me a message and we can hop on a call and explore that together. I love to do it. I do it. I could just do it all day long, because it is so, I feel it's so valuable to start transforming even really big companies, in this way, because the trickle effect is like, whoa, amazing. So thanks for watching, you guys. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Reach out if you'd like to connect. All right. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.